Today is November 22nd. There once was a man named Jed. There was a young man, and his name was Prince. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. I just drove into work today. My cell phone data overran, so I had to pay $15 extra for extra data. What's interesting is about yesterday's trade. It's like, how do I put this? It's like mining. I think it's like mining. I haven't mined before, but it's like mining for gold. So what I would do is, I'm thinking to myself, before the mine caves in, I'm digging and I see gold. And I dig and I take a little bit out. I dig, I take a little bit out. If I stop, that means that I've sold my stock. But if I keep digging, it's possible that the mine will collapse. But what's the reason for the mine to collapse? What is the reason for the mine to collapse, right? The gold could fall out of my pocket and then just disappear into the ground. That's the other thing. That's how stock market works. Stocks go up and I'm in, and stocks go further up and it could just drop down and reverse, and then the mine could collapse, kind of thing. So yesterday I traded a stock called CVX. It's an oil company. And it was down about $6. And I got in. And I had 2 contracts. And I thought, oh boy, I'm like down 2R. Okay, I'm down 2R, and I'm thinking to myself, well, today's gonna be a loser day. I guess what I made last week, it's going to chip away what I made last week. Oh well. Then at about noontime, Mountain Standard Time, news came out about Russian oil. Apparently, whatever is happening with Russian oil is going to tighten the flow of oil to the global economy, which means for any oil company, they can raise prices on oil, which means that they're going to make more profit. So instantly, the CVX retraced and gained about $3. And my mind is blown away because I'm observing it after the fact, because I monitor the trade that I have on my cell phone. Little did I know that it was telling me a story. I saw this LinkedIn video somebody posted of I think it must have been either a 9 or 11, or it could have been like a 10-point deer, meaning that on one antler, or maybe possibly two antlers, but if I were to just count one, being symmetry, I may be counting it wrong. I don't know. So if a deer has two prongs, does it mean it has 2 points? I'm thinking, logically speaking, if one of them is broken, then, or deformed, I'm not sure how you count it. Is it like 5.5? You count both and divide by 2? I suppose that's how it works. So I'd say it was at least a 10-point deer. So mankind has encroached in its life, and it had a gate, and the gate was a little bit above. And so what this deer did was, it dipped the tip of its antler such that it cleared the bottom of the metal door. And then after it did that, it cleared the second antler on the other side, and then what do you call it? people who play this game of like putting a bar and then walking underneath it and see who can pass the lowest. So the deer did that, and I made a comment that this deer, it knows, it is it is aware of its antlers. This animal is aware of its antlers. These antlers that are shed and then brought back to its shape, but it was aware of its antler. I thought that was quite fascinating. So the main point of it is that CVX today went up $3.50. So so what's happening is that when when a so even a professional day traders, they talk about how the charts and tell a story. It certainly does. There's an undercurrent that impacts the behavior of the stock, and then by looking at the candlestick formation, I can piece together a story behind it. So there was once a man named Jed, okay, and he wanted his family received a cement pond because they were used to dirt pond where they used to live. So it tells a story. It tells a story about the behavior of the stocks, and it is what it is, right? Just like the cryptocurrencies, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's going down because they're it's creating a domino effect, and people are frightened, and so they want to get out. They don't want to lose that $10,000 they put into FTX, hoping that it'll double, right? And so now these people who were greedy, all right, and foolish, uh, are left holding the bag because they never thought that the story would unfold in that manner. So the CVX, the CVX stock yesterday was down at $6 and it recovered about $3 and I got out. Little did I know that the story had a happier ending. Then towards the end of the day, it actually was only down about $1.70 or something like that, which means that after I sold, it went up another $2.50, which means that I could have, with two contracts, it could have been a significant amount. And if I were to piece together what the story is about to continue, is that when a movement like that occurs, it does not end abruptly at that moment. It continues for several days because those stories and the valuations, as the people, as the world become aware of that information, piles in to cause the stock to go up and up and up. And so until that story and that chemical reaction has a full impact on the market, it will continue in a trend that it started based on the spark of that story about Russia's oil being somehow restricted, causing all the other oil companies to raise their stock oil prices. So there is a story, and yeah, I just got bored telling my own story. That's how it happens. But being bored and making money should not be boring at all.